Alright, today we are diving into one of the wildest stories on the stock market right now. How a single company has basically become the biggest public bet on Ethereum. We're going to dig into this massive investment thesis that is social media screaming for triple-digit stock prices, all fueled by a colossal crypto treasury. This is the story of BitMine. Okay, let's just start with a number that, well, it almost doesn't feel real. $14.20 $2 billion. Now, that's not the market cap of some new tech giant. Nope. That's the total value of one company's treasury, the assets it's holding. And almost all of it is in one single crypto asset. So, the question that everyone is asking is, how on earth did one company manage to stack up a war chest of this size? And maybe more importantly, what in the world are they planning to do with it? That's the question that has the entire market completely hooked. So, the company at the heart of all this is BitMine Immersion Technologies, which trades under the ticker BMNR. Now, they started out in crypto mining, but they've pivoted to become something totally different. Basically, a leverage bet on the future of Ethereum that you can buy right on the stock market. And this is so important because it means traditional investors can get exposure to ETH in their regular brokerage accounts. No digital wallet needed. Okay, so here's how we're going to break this down. First, we'll look at that massive treasury. Then we'll unpack their insane buying spree and the social media hype train. After that, we'll get into the secret sauce, the leverage and yield formula, map out the path to a $100 stock price, and finally ask the big question. Is this a rocket ship or just pure FOMO? So, everything, and I mean everything about this story starts with the sheer scale of Bit's assets. This isn't just a small bet they're making. It's an all-in massive conviction play that has totally redefined the company. Let's just look at the raw numbers here. As of late October 2025, the stock is sitting just under $60, but its performance for the year is, well, it's a jaw-dropping 650% gain. And that crazy rise is tied directly to its treasury, which holds an absolutely insane 3.31 million ETH, making up almost all of its $14.2 billion valuation. So, how'd they build this colossal treasury? Well, it certainly didn't happen overnight. It's all because of a very deliberate and incredibly aggressive accumulation strategy, especially when the market gets scared. And this line right here, it perfectly captures their whole philosophy. BitMine is not a passive holder. They are an active, almost predatory buyer. Every single time the price of Ethereum dips, they don't see risk, they see a discount, a massive buying opportunity, and they act on it. I mean, just look at this number. $321 million. Think about this. In just 1 week, while other people were probably panic selling, BitMine threw down over $300 million to buy even more Ethereum. They timed the dip perfectly. That is a bold move that just screams confidence. And this chart really shows you what that looks like. You can see that clear jump in their holdings from 3.24 million up to 3.31 million ETH. Now, that might not sound like a huge percentage jump, but when you're dealing with numbers this big, it's a huge amount of money and shows they are doubling, even tripling down on their big bet. You know, a strategy like this, it gets you a reputation. And the word on the street is that BitMine is becoming Ethereum's Wall Street whale. Their buying is so significant that the market actually feels it, making them a really dominant force. Okay, so a story this huge, it doesn't just happen in a bubble, right? The financial world, especially online, has latched onto the buy-teen story, and it's created this massive feedback loop of hype, of conviction that's just impossible to ignore. I mean, the sentiment online is almost completely one-sided. If you look at the recent chatter, over 95% of it is bullish. It's not even a debate anymore. It's more like a chorus. And what that does is create this massive echo chamber where everyone just keeps reinforcing the idea to buy and hold. And people are getting really specific with their analysis. You've got technical analysts looking at the chart saying, hey, it's holding this key support level. If it breaks past $63, there's a clear shot to over $100 by the end of the year. And then you have others who are even more bullish. You've got popular accounts literally calling anything under $60 free money, saying it's a second chance to get in before it rockets to $120 or even higher this year. That kind of talk just generates a massive fear of missing out. So, when you pull all these different price targets together, a pretty clear pattern starts to show. In the near term, everyone's pointing to the $70 to $80 range, but the super cycle targets, they're all aiming for $100 and way beyond. And that super cycle idea is basically just a fancy way of saying a massive extended bull run, probably fueled by a ton of new money coming into the market. Okay, so what's the actual engine behind all this hype? What's supposed to power this incredible growth? It's not just about the price of ETH going up. It's a really powerful combo of leverage and in the future yield. To really get what's going on here, you have to understand this one concept, ETH beta. Basically, what it means is this stock is built to be more volatile than Ethereum itself. So, think of it like a multiplier. If ETH goes up 10% in theory, BitMine stock might go up 15% or 20%. It's a leveraged bet. So, this all boils down to a really powerful three-step formula that underpins the whole bull case. Step 1, they've already done it. Accumulate a giant ETH treasury. Step 2 is that leverage we just talked about. As ETH goes up, their value multiplies. But step 3, wow. Step 3 is where this thing could really change the game for the long haul. And this is the big one. By activating staking on all that ETH, Bitcoin could potentially generate over $420 million in passive income every single year. And here's why that's so important. It would transform the company from just a company that holds a bunch of crypto into an actual cash flow machine, a yield beast that could attract a whole new type of investor. Okay, so with that formula in mind, let's look at the actual roadmap people are drawing up. They believe a perfect storm of catalysts could send this stock flying towards that $100 target. And we're talking about a really short time frame here. The bull case for just the next month is crazy detailed. So the thinking is by mid-November the stock breaks out to about $71. That move gets supercharged by hype around a staking pilot program pushing it towards $85. And then a big market rally with Ethereum hitting $5,500 could be the final rocket fuel to push it to $100 or more. But of course, for a prediction like this to come true, a lot of things have to go exactly right. It assumes Ethereum itself is going to have a massive rally. It assumes Bitmain keeps on buying more. It needs the market to value the stock at a premium. And yeah, a lot of people are banking on a big short squeeze to really pour gasoline on the fire for that final move. Which brings us to the big final question, doesn't it? After we've laid out all the pieces of this incredible story, we got to take a step back and really weigh the bull case, which is super compelling, against the risks, which are also very, very real. So, let's break it down. The two sides of the coin. The bull case is obvious. A massive growing treasury, a game-changing plan for staking yield, and this powerful social momentum. But then you flip that coin over and the risks are huge. The company's fate is completely tied to ETH. A big crash would be brutal. The stock could already be way overpriced because of all the hype and that crazy high volume. Who's to say that isn't just insiders cashing out while everyone else is piling in? So, we'll leave you with this final thought. We've seen the numbers. We've seen the hype. We've seen the formula for a potential super cycle. But is BitMine really Ethereum's rocket ship to the moon on the stock market? Or is this whole thing just a massive bubble powered by pure uncut FOMO? The final verdict, as always, is yours to decide. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and thanks for watching.